We're going to talk about the AED Zoll Plus trainer. Things we need to know about it before you start operation of it, okay? Basically, it's just like every AED out there. Picture's worth 1,000 words. The function of it, the basic AED and the Zoll remote control, which is always attached right here to the operate that. The way you function and the way this Zoll works, if you look at it, it's got key functions in here. The main one, which I'll give you a demo, is we'll turn it on. That's what you need to do to activate it, so you get a green light. Okay. Secondly, to adjust whatever mode you need to operate it, if you look on the remote, it says shock, shock, no shock, 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 no shock, or no shock, no shock with the Zoll. The way to set that up is you push the little eye here, and that will light up. Okay, and then you aim it to adjust. Right now it's set up for no shock and shock. If you can see the little light there, I don't know if you can zoom in there. You got that? Okay, so what you do is you aim the remote at the Zoll and push the I button for a second time. Well, it went out, and then you see the red light flash, and that told you that it's registered to set up to do a no shock and shock advise. Also, there's a metronome on here, which is this thing here. You turn it on. After it delivers a shock, the metronome will start ticking on a countdown timer. It's annoying when you're doing a class for 3 or 4 students at the same time, because it can be annoying. So make sure you kind of turn that off before you get going. All right. To adjust this here, when you do it, use the up and down arrow to adjust whatever level you want to set your Zoll to operate on. Key things about this, once you remember, after the pads are on the patient and they're plugged in, you have to activate the analyze button, which is this one here. Once you hit the analyze button, it will clear the patient and start going through the procedure looking for VTAC or VFib. Okay. After that, you're pretty much set and done with this. Also, you can operate with one remote up to 5 of these Zoll's AEDs themselves. Okay, so that's a good thing that you should be able to operate with it. So if you turn one on, you should be able to operate them all at the same time. All right. The pads, they're a little flimsy, so everybody, when we're using them, make sure we're doing the right things with them. Okay, and they just put them on there for the hand placement in the chest and plug in. The problem is, after we do a team exercise, base exercise, we have to put these back together and reassemble them. That is the difficult part. And the way after we do that, when you pull these things apart here, they line and match back up. 2 goes to 2, okay? And then line that pad back up on there. And that's the way it should go. I've seen people putting them upside down. 9 times out of 10, usually when I come in, I have to inspect it to make sure the pads are in the space, in the spot that they need to be. Same thing with number 3, is line it up and put them back together. Please, whatever you do, these tags are supposed to be on the outside. Can you pause it? Okay, these are the replacement gel pads that we use, because these Zolls that we've been using in class, they get quite a bit of use, so the pads are wearing out real quickly. I think I'm averaging 2 weeks on a change on them when we switch them out, okay? And normally when we switch them out, I put the date that we opened it up here. Today is the 9th of April. Okay, let's get that open. When you're changing the gel pads out, this green piece here comes right off of there. It's the only good sticky part of this thing. That's good on this side. The other side is bad part. That one's there. That's number 3. We're going to switch this out here. And usually just by pulling this green tab up and out the way, since you got everything here lined up, it's time to put everything back together. In the bag, there are 2 sets of number 2 and 3 gel packs. Goes right along with them. Each of these here. Okay? Goes on nice and simple to assemble and put them together. The main thing when we do it, we match it up. 3 goes to 3. Okay? So, what we do is peel off the A side and line it back up on the curvatures here and line number 3 back up with number 3. That's the way it should look. Okay. Same thing for number 2. I'll lay the pads down. And peel it back. And again, line it up according to the curvature. And that's it. So please, guys, after your team-based exercise, make sure these pads are set back this and they're ready to go for the next student or the next class. And that's the way they should be looking. They're brand new. Green tabs are down. Numbers are out and out. Okay? And they do get quite a bit of use, so also just be careful when you use them. If at the end of your team exercise, if you want to assemble them, I try not to let my students reassemble them because they will put everything back wrong, okay? So it's really the instructor's responsibility to make sure this is set up and ready to go for the next instructor. And I think that's all I have.